Hello, and welcome back to our Super StreamCon 2!
You're not talking anywhere near your microphone.
I'm not talking anywhere near my microphone, it's up here. Hello! Is this gonna work?
Oh yeah, you should be fine.
No.
I just mean you just leant over here where the mic's over there. Go
What
back.
about this microphone?
Because you're in that one.
Alright. Hello. We're back with chaotic energy. I've had some crisps. I'm good to go. So this is our Super StreamCon number 2. We're doing it because we were supposed to.
You don't need to be that close to the mic.
Oh, how about here?
I think that's fine.
It's good. Do I need to look at the mic?
You keep talking.
Okay.
Just keep talking. Look natural.
I look natural. Okay. So we're doing this because we're supposed to be doing MCM London next weekend, but you know, unsurprisingly, it has been cancelled because the current world situation. It's not safe outside, you guys. Stay in if you can. So yeah, we're doing a stream all day, a big stream, to fill that hole in our hearts.
The hole in our hearts. It's so dramatic. We are genuinely like really sad that we're not getting to do conventions at the moment. So
I really miss them.
We're here.
Yeah, I miss hanging out with you guys in person, but the internet is great. I'm very glad that we live in a time of good internet, so we can hang out online.
This is my forehead now. It's like the R Super StreamCon logo.
After this, when everything's open up and everything's good again, we're going to go into a tattoo shop and get our Super StreamCon tattoo on your forehead. Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to this side of the room. We normally stream all the way over here, but now we've moved over here to Sarah's desk. So
this is where I hang out.
You can see this background. It's where we store our pins.
There are some controllers.
That's where we store our pins. That's where we put the game controllers when we were just tidying up from the last bit.
Here's where we keep our Wilson, but he's out of shot.
Okay, wait. We could put Wilson on shot very quickly.
Okay.
Whoop. Wilson.
Look, I hoovered the carpet as well. Here's our carpet.
Wilson.
Oh, he doesn't. Oh, there we go. Hey. Oh, you sleepy. You were just causing trouble, weren't you?
Wilson loves that blanket. Wait, did we do a comic about this?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a comic all about how Wilson loves this blanket, and this is the blanket, so...
Sorry, well, I'll leave you alone. He's busy trying to nap.
Okay, where are you standing? I need to, like...
Here.
This
Here-ish. Hello. Hello.
Is that where you were? Okay.
This is fun. We can do a little tour of our studio. That's where we keep our pins.
Hi. Yeah, so that's where the pins are.
That way.
There's books over... Shelves over there.
Here,
that's where we keep our Sonic. That's where we keep our little robot demon. That's our Mr. Poopy Butthole. That's a little Izzy light up thing. That's another.
Is that on shot?
That's another Gundam.
Oh.
There's another Gundam
so
over there. It's just
up.
all Gundams, baby. Anyway,
Gundams.
Welcome back to our Super StreamCon. I'm just gonna turn the mic audio off in my ear.
Okay. Yeah, welcome to our studio. I'm at my drawing desk. I've got the Cintiq. I draw on a Cintiq and I'm gonna draw us a comic today. So yeah, and we're gonna answer questions about comics and whatever you fancy. As long as it's within reason. No jokesters allowed.
Only jokesters allowed. Hi, I'm back.
He's back.
So yeah, I'm going to be keeping an eye on the chat. We've put a call out for questions over on Sarah's Instagram page. So if you go over to @SarahGrady and pop some questions in there.
In the story.
In the story, sorry. I'm going to be trying to keep an eye on the chat here as well for questions, but it could all go quite wrong. Why did this get so wrapped up? But yeah, so yeah, this is our Super StreamCon. This is like what we're doing instead of MCM London, which would have been like our first big comic convention. Well, second biggest big show this year, I guess, because we were doing Birmingham as well, and that got cancelled. That was why there was the first Super StreamCon. That's why it's our Super StreamCon 2. It's very difficult to like hold up something that isn't there. There we go. Our Super StreamCon 2. It's here. I know what the thumbnail's going to be when we put this on YouTube. But yeah, so Sarah's going to draw an our Super Adventure comic now, and yeah, I'm excited. Why does it look like you started drawing it already?
Oh, I started drawing something else as a warm-up, so I'll explain it when we go on the screen.
I'll put us live.
Okay, so, just want to do a little quick warm-up before we go. Last night, I went to bed and I was like, gotta get a full 8 hours before we do a big stream.
Look at this full 8 hours.
And our cat, Pickle, he just started stomping. I got woken up because he was stomping on my head and then trying to dig his way into the duvet. I love him. Anyway, this is not the comic though, so say goodbye.
But this is not that.
This is not that. Goodbye. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna talk you through how I do a comic as well while I do it. So I have a draft. I start with a draft, which is a really rough version of the comic. Sometimes I take a photo of it so I can have it on the screen. So this is what the comic's gonna be. And you can see loads of pen coming through from the other side. It's on scrap pieces of paper. So yeah, it's gonna be about our cats. And this is what all our Super Adventures comics start out as. A really scrappy drawing. And I sometimes have to guess who is who. But I know that's Steph because it's his side of the bed and because Toby would run to him. Cool.
Oh, Toby.
Oh, I love
I'm
that.
fully expecting Toby to like come in again and require me to run away.
I feel like we've got we've got Pesto out of you again. Okay, I'm just gonna think. I always get a bit nervous drawing live. Sorry about that.
I don't think you've got anything to be nervous about.
Okay. But yeah, Wilson's our big baby of all the cats.
He's a very big baby.
He's a big baby and he wants all the attention. If someone's getting something, he's like, no, it's time for me to have the thing, please.
So yeah, is this going to be this week's Our Super Adventure comic, do you think?
No, maybe.
I like how you said no to start with and then like, maybe.
You know what?
I think it'd be fun if it was.
It could. Okay, maybe it should be then.
How strongly did you feel about it? Is this a good one?
I do like this one. Otherwise, I wouldn't draw it on the stream.
Yeah. If it's a good one, it should be this week's comic. I think that'd be fun.
I have a couple. For the first time in a really long time, I have a couple of our Super Adventure comics ready to go, which is such a nice treat.
It's good.
When you work on a web comic and you have like an update schedule, it's once a week. You usually want a thing called a buffer, which is just, you've got a few in a row, so you don't have to end up drawing one Sunday night just before upload, which is what I was doing for a while when we had a lot of deadlines.
Yeah. We had a lot of like Sundays where it would come around and it'd be like, oh yeah, it's Sunday, time to relax. Oh no, we haven't done a comic.
So yeah.
It's time to do a comic. So that leads me on to the first question that I've seen. So this is from over on Instagram. Where was it? Tommy underscore Di Benedetto says, how long does it take to make an Instagram comic?
Let's find out together.
But like full process from like start to finish, how long does it normally take you?
You know what? It's hard to say because I kind of do I do a bunch of pencils in a go. So I rarely draw a comic from start to finish. I usually draw like five comics worth of pencils, and then I do the inks, and then I do. You know what? No wait. I have been drawing them start to finish when we have had deadlines. I say about 3-4 hours maybe. It depends how distracted I am that day. Yeah. I think usually a comic takes about 45 minutes to pencil. But I can get distracted sometimes. So that can add. But usually if I'm drawing them on stream, I can't look at anything else on the computer. So that helps a lot. I think this will take 45 minutes to draw.
That's cool. Maybe
less. We'll see.
Excited. Set the timer.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I would say 45 minutes to do pencils, inks and colours. Steph laps the comic and he also letters it, which is
Wait, where did 3 to 4 hours come from then?
I don't know. It just feels like 3 to 4 hours.
So is it 3 to 4 hours or 45 minutes?
45 minutes to pencil? Okay. God, it'd be a dream if
I was about to say,
minutes. I'd be swimming in our finished our Super Adventures if they only took that long. So yeah, Steph what he does is he puts down like the base colours, and then I'll come in and like maybe I'll change a few colours or like I'll do the shading and the lighting. But because Steph puts down the base colours, that saves me so much time. And also, how long would you say it takes to letter a comic?
I'd say lettering, because normally like you'll already have like the comic pretty much roughly like scripted out, so I never really have to change much when it comes to that stuff. So I'd say probably putting like the letters and the bubbles down probably only takes like about maybe half an hour if I'm like fully concentrating and not getting distracted.
Yeah. I usually have like a first pass. Like this is like, it's Toby time. Come here, blocked.
Oh yeah, this probably isn't going to take too long, but I'll probably take like I'll probably like have fun with the whole block thing.
Yeah, but like sometimes like Steph will tweak the dialogue a bit just to make it flow a little bit better or to make it a little bit funnier.
This time it's Wilson doing the block. There was one recently where you blocked the cats from fighting when you were in bed. Do you remember?
Yeah.
So now it's like the cats have learnt. They've grown. They've gone further. So yeah, that sounds about right. I can't argue with that. Flatting probably doesn't take too long for me because I've got like a whole library of colors that we use, and then I use a bit of software called Peltmade Multi-Flat. Was it Multi-Fill and Flatten Pro or something?
I do not know because I don't.
So those plugins basically, the first one will add a different random color into every line segment of an image. So I basically take like Sarah's black and white artwork, run this first plugin which fills it all with like random colors, and then the second plugin, which I think that's the Flatten Pro, that kind of connects them all behind. Like if I did just that and then I took away Sarah's black and white art, it would have like the lines still there, but then there's another plugin that kind of like joins it all up, which is apparently something. There's like a real terminology for it. What's wrong?
I just missed my mouth.
Oh, excellent. So
Stream, no doubt.
There's a whole thing about printing where like if the black printing press is like done separately and it's slightly out of place, if you didn't join the colors behind the lines and the black printing was slightly offset, you'd see like all the lines without the joins. So it's something to do with that. So it's nothing that I think we've ever experienced. I think a lot of printing nowadays is digital, so unless you're working with like old school printing presses, I don't think it's something that matters too much. But don't quote me on that because maybe it is something, and I'm just doing it because I think it's something I'm meant to do. There's a real word for it, and I've forgotten what it is. We're a very professional outfit here, you and me. Okay, we got a question in chat here on Twitch. K Hemmings 94.
Oh, hey.
Shout out, hiya. Author of the fantastic Being Ginger and the upcoming Being a Cosplayer, I think. You should definitely check her work out. What has been your favourite comic to work on? Both yours or like a licensed one? Favourite comic?
Okay, so at the moment I would say it's been Donut. I think that's one of the... But it's always like one of the ones I've most recently worked on. It's always because it's so fresh in my brain. I've had so much fun with it. But yeah, I think Donut. It's been my favourite to work on. I got to do lots of really over the top. It's goofy. It looks very goofy. Like I didn't
really
hold
like
back.
I think you've got there's some really good faces in there. I love every single page that Scraps is on. Scraps is wonderful.
I love the dad as well. I think the dad's one of my favourite characters. I really like working on our Super Adventure though, because it's usually like I'll work on something like really long form. It takes a really long time, but like an art super adventure is so quick, and I like a little treat, and then it's finished. Like you've made something. If that makes sense. Does that make sense at all?
I think it makes some sense.
Yeah,
a tiny bit of sense.
Like I feel like a graphic novel you usually have around nearly 200 pages. The ones that I work on, and they're a very long process. And it feels amazing when you finish them. So it feels really amazing when you finish our Super Adventure because it happens like once a week usually. Oh, yeah. But it's also it's really nice just to do something short and goofy about Steph or the cats because I love them.
And but I can speak on behalf of me and the cats. We're honoured.
Aww.
Okay, K Drizzle 1337 in chat says, when did you guys first start drawing comics together?
Oh, that's a good one. June. Ooh.
So like you were like doing this a long time before I like started helping out.
Yeah.
And that's where the story passes to you.
Yeah. I mean, I was doing this solo for quite a while. But the thing was like when I started working with you as well. You make everything so much tighter.
Oh,
looks so
cute.
much better. Like
Thanks.
I've kind of been always kind of collaborating with you. Like with Glitch, we were bouncing ideas off each other and stuff. And on Kim Reaper, I would always be like, Steph, look at this. Tell me what you think.
It started with there was like, so I used to work as like a school librarian, and so I'd often get like the summer holidays off school, or at least I'd get like a lot of my time off like in that like time period. So when Sarah was finishing up the book, like all the book comics for our Super Adventure 1, like the first Kickstarter book, there was a point where I started helping out there, where I started doing the colouring in like a way that took like a lot longer. Like I was working with like a very old like sort of graphic pen tablet thing and like manually like colouring in everything, and it was very time consuming.
Oh, just to point out as well, I was back then. I was doing I don't know what microphone to look at.
Yours, because it's the one. You don't have to look at it.
Okay.
It's still gonna pick you up.
So back then, I was like drawing comics by hand in Biro, so we'd have to like scan them in and then tidy them. So the lines weren't very clean, and when your lines aren't clean, they take a lot longer to colour.
Yeah, there was also like cleanup as well from like little bits and stuff and like little like artifacts and other bits. But yeah, like so I started like helping out with like colouring back then, and then like some like book design stuff, like putting the book files together. But then yeah, I guess we'd always like talk about stuff, but then it wasn't until like about we're getting up to like 3 years ago now, where like I started working with you like full time. Like I was like working like when Sarah's like online shop stuff started like popping off, it'd be the case where I'd get back from work, I would have something to eat, we'd maybe chill out and watch some TV, and then we would do like shop orders until like 2 or 3 in the morning, and it was like a really weird time. Like it was really good because like it was like a really it was really cool that like Sarah's stuff was like getting around and people were like buying books and stuff, but like I just got like no sleep for like about a year. And then yeah, finally we got to like start working together like full time, and that's been really good. Like it's been a lot more chill now. I maybe actually get some sleep.
Yeah, you were like, before you were working full time with me, you were definitely like still you were coming home and just like working with me. Anyway, so you were working like 2 jobs for a bit.
Oh my gosh, yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, like the funny thing with our Super Adventure, so we did the book, we did the Kickstarter, it did really well. But then like I think like it was like a year later, that's when, like, after we'd done the book, that's when it really took off, and loads of people started checking it out and stuff. So it's quite I think it's quite funny. Comics is weird like that, the internet's fun like that.
Everything that's happened so far feels very like, I think there was like a lot of luck involved.
Yeah,
because like I think like yeah, it's wild how everything that's happened, it feels like
I feel like I've been lucky to have the right people checking out and reaching out.
And then like I guess it's just like there's a really good quote about this stuff that I've completely forgotten, but it's something to do with like, it's like a mixture of luck, and then it's also a mixture of like being good at the thing, like, or something. Which sounds really over the top now. You're fine at the thing.
No, like people wouldn't have come across our Super Adventure if we weren't making it and like putting.
Oh my gosh, yeah! And then
consistently and stuff.
You put out your Pizza Witch comic as well, which I think was good because like that was the kind of thing. So like when we did like the first Our Super Adventure Kickstarter, that definitely got a little bit of attention, like your way. And then it was a kind of a case of the kind of the opportunities that came your way after that were mainly because people had seen your sequential work, because like Pizza Witch was like a sequential story, so it was a case where like A, you'd like done this like Kickstarter that had done pretty good, but then B, like Pizza Witch kind of showed that you could do like some storytelling and stuff as well, and then everything kind of just went from there. Like
I think that's really important because it's like, yeah, if you want to work on long form story stuff, but your comics are like a short form, you need to do some long form stuff in there so people know how you tackle it.
Also, I'm a very strong believer in like just put out the work you want to be doing. Like I think sometimes you see people and they sort of say, oh, you know, like I want to do this, but I'm like, I'm going to hold out, or like I'm going to like I'm just going to straight up pitch to publishers and not put out any work myself, and it's like, well, no, you should put out the work. You should definitely put out like a passion project or something, because it will show that you can do the thing. And then when someone comes across your stuff and they're like, oh, like, you know, I like this person's style, what have they done? And then they go, oh, here's a comic, and then they read through it and they're like, oh, this person can do comics. And then the thing about Pizza Witch was that it was about the length of like a regular like issue of a comic book in like American publishing, so that was what kind of like led on to like the Rick and Morty stuff, and then Reaper after that. And
I wouldn't have been able to work on the big comics like published. I wouldn't have got published work if I hadn't been doing self-published work.
Yeah, and like before all that stuff happened, we were all like Yeah, DIY baby. Like we were just like keen on just doing everything ourselves. That's where the first Kickstarter was like such a rad idea, and that was like totally like all you pretty much as well. I think the only thing I contributed to that was like you should make it a hardback book because I was like hardback books are cool.
They are cool.
And yeah, no, it was really good. I've just been standing off camera like this whole time.
Oh no.
But yeah, like I think doing that Kickstarter was good, and then we always just had that mentality of like, yeah, like we're just gonna do this stuff, we're gonna like DIY it and all that, and then having everything else like happen that's happened has been really cool. But like, yeah,
I feel like one of like the really funny things about we had no idea it was going to do so well, which was really incredible. And if you back that Kickstarter, like, we really appreciate it.
Thanks.
But like, I was like, Steph, come do the Kickstarter video with me, and you're like, so
oh my god, yeah, like okay, so you can still watch this video. It's on like the Kickstarter page, like for the very first Our Super Adventure book, and like, I think I just got in from work. Maybe I just like fell asleep straight away in like my work clothes or something, and then Sarah was like, "Wake up, we've got to do the Kickstarter video tonight." So like obviously like I had to like edit that together as well. So not only did we like film this like goofy video, where I seem like legitimately like grumpy and sleepy in most of it. Like I was that grumpy and sleepy. Like I barely knew what was going on.
I think it was like I had to get the video.
Yeah, because you wanted to launch it, like, and you had to get the video. I think the video had to be approved and stuff. But yeah, no, I was like such a grouch. Like, yeah,
it's like, I think it's really funny.
It's fun. It's fun watching that video back because it really does take me back to the time of like that's the time before the comic stuff was popping off as well. That's like when we were like. We were doing conventions every like we do a few conventions like every year, and they'd be sort of like pretty quiet really.
Yeah.
But they were like still kind of like really fun. Like it was like a whole new experience. So we'd be at these conventions. I remember like the Nintendo 3DS was like a new thing back then. So everyone was like still doing like street passes and stuff. Like,
oh my god, they were so much fun.
The first time we did MCM London, I got like hundreds of street passes. Like, and that time it was amazing. Shout out to Memento Vitae Art, who's now following.
Hey,
but yeah, like yeah, no, everything's really good. We just, what were we even talking about when we started working together? Don't the Destroyer is the first thing we've worked on properly together from like the get-go, and that was really cool. And that's coming out in like less than 2 weeks, which is very exciting. So it's available to pre-order places. So if you go don'tthedestroyer.com, there's like links and details about bonuses and stuff. I'm gonna get to questions. Where are we at?
Oh wait, we were going to talk about our books and stuff. Do you want to show off Our Super Adventure book? In
a bit, we'll get back to that. K Hemmings Nightfall says, do you have Star Pizza Witch for sale? I just realised I don't have that one. I think we've literally I think we're literally like all out at the moment. Like we were selling, like we had some like B grade ones listed on the store, but I think we're like all out of those.
Yeah.
But we've got some that were like that we weren't selling because they're a little bit scrappier, but we'll keep one to one side for you.
If you're okay with a scrappy cover,
yeah, like
we've got one for you.
I think we've probably got your address. Like, since I already am with your address, just in case, and we'll get one sent over to you because it's like, I think we've got like 1 or 2 left, just like in the back room, as it were. So, okay. Obixa asks, "What's your favorite all-time video games / gaming series?"
Ooh.
So I think I can answer this one a little bit because I did like a Twitter thing about this the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon is really high up there. Like Pokemon Blue was like, it was the first game that I ever pre-ordered, and when I say I pre-ordered it, I meant my dad had to go into Electronics Boutique when he finished work and like give them £1 or something to pre-order it, and then I got like a little blue pouch for pre-ordering the game. But I was really hyped up about it. There was like a Game Boy magazine that came out in the UK where they were like going on about Pokemon, like about, because it had just come out in like Japan, it was coming out in America, and it was going to be coming over to the UK. And I was like reading this article about it. I was like, this is everything I want. Like I just played Link's Awakening on the Game Boy and was like, I love that game. So this game was like the same style as Link's Awakening, but you got to collect monsters and fight them. And then the fact that we're now like here like in 2020 and Pokemon is still huge and we're still buying the Pokemon games, and yeah, I'm just into it. So Pokemon was huge, and then the Sonic games are just, I love the Sonic games.
I feel like Pokemon helped me to learn how to read.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm a middle sibling. I have a younger sister and an older brother, and one of our grandparents would always give us like, I think it was like 25 quid each for Christmas. So we like pooled our money together, and I think my parents must have helped out to get us the Game Boy and Pokemon. So we all had to share it, but I think I got to play it the most. I don't know what my favourite. game is.
Vic says good old Electronics Boutique. Shout out to Electronics Boutique. I want to just assume Game bought them out at some point.
Yeah.
But I don't know where the pouch is right now. I'll find it for one of our future streams just because I still have this weird blue pouch. Like I think I was keeping like a digital camera in there at one point.
Stylish.
Yeah. Wait, what was your favourite game?
I say I don't know.
Oh, you got to choose something.
I don't want to say Binding of Isaac.
You can say Binding of Isaac. That's probably the game you've played the most of. Like,
I probably have like.
How many zillions of hours have you put into that?
Because I played it on my Vita. I think I played it a bit on the PlayStation. I got it for my Switch.
Wait, for those of you who don't know, the PS Vita was a handheld games console that came out by Sony, and shortly after we got PS Vitas, Sony started like just not ever talking about it ever again as a thing. But this is a really good console. It was basically like the spiritual successor to the Switch, really, except you couldn't plug it into a TV. But like handheld wise, it was great.
I have like a very vivid memory of like buying my PS Vita.
Yeah.
Like second hand after a Comic-Con.
Oh my gosh, no, that wasn't that a PSP.
No, it was a Vita.
Second hand.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I bought it from popular big game chain that sells used things in the UK.
Yeah.
We're not sponsoring them. They're not sponsoring us.
Get your own stream.
Get their own stream. You wanna pay us? Game chain, then pay us. Yeah, no, the PS Vita was great. Like, I was so late to the Vita train anyway. Like, I think I really wanted to get one. It was when you were away with your parents on a holiday.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so the PS Vita has all of these, like, you can get old PlayStation 1 games on them. You can get, like, the old Final Fantasy games. You can get, like, old PSP games, which, like, I never had, like, a PSP until, like, recently. So I was like, oh, the idea of being able to still be able to play PSP games. And then, yeah, there was, like, stuff like Tearaway, and there was, like, an Uncharted game that came out for it. And I was like, you know what? I deserve a treat. And yeah, it was great. I got so many hours out of that thing.
I got like, because on my Vita I had Binding of Isaac and Don't Starve, and those are both excellent games to play handheld.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Wilson looks massive, but I need him to look massive for the chaotic
Oh no,
energy.
that's okay. He's got monstrous energy.
Yeah, he's gonna do a bad. So.
Memento Vitae Art says, so much nostalgia. I'm 21 and got to enjoy some things from the 90s. I love hearing others share their experience. Oh, we're full of nostalgia these days. Sarah Diddle says, I got my Pokemon Blue from a tiny local gaming shop. I still go there for all my Pokemon games for the nostalgia. Oh, that's so cool. Obik has a follow-up question. Who was your starter Pokemon when you got Blue? I'm a Bulbasaur fan. Who was your starter? Your very first. Be honest.
This is really hard to remember because I would restart the game a lot so I could play with everyone. I definitely remember playing with Bulbasaur though. But I feel like it must have been Charmander because I had like the first pack of Pokemon cards I opened had a shiny Charizard in it, so I was quite a big Charizard fan from the get-go.
I was Bulbasaur all the way. I got Pokemon Blue because it had like the coolest Pokemon in my eyes on the cover, Blastoise, and then I got a Squirtle straight up. However, so I was like a little bit ahead of the curve with Pokemon, so like none of my school friends were really into it. I don't think I made a big deal about it because I think at the time like people were like, oh, Pokemon, that's nerdy or whatever. But then everyone got into it like 3 or 4 months down the line, and then I restarted my game because I wanted to like be part of like that wave again. I think I chose Bulbasaur my second time round, so I had a good time. But no, I was so into Squirtle. Squirtle's cool.
I think
Bubble Beam. Sailed through the game on Bubble Beam. I saw that. It was great.
I like how you always seem to be like ahead of the curve on like everything because like I think there's
everything.
Well, with emo with bands like did you say you seen My Chemical Romance in a very tiny venue?
Yeah.
So jealous.
But like it was awful though because like there was no one else in my year at school who was into like emo bands, so I was like the one kid that like Jimmy Eat World and like Thursday and My Chemical Romance. But all the kids in the year below were getting into that stuff. I'm like, oh, yeah. No, My Chemical Romance were very good. I saw that. That's cool. I'd like to see them again, but... Obik also says, I love my Vita. Wipeout 2048 was so good. And Ninja48 says, I'm currently playing Rayman on my Vita. Ooh, which one? Is it Legends or Origins? Both are great. Both are great. Like, I was never a big Rayman fan, and then I played one of those on the Vita, and I was like, this is great. Like, this is incredible. Like, I keep getting tempted to pick it up for the Switch because I want to play through it again. We got another good question. Where are we at?
It feels really mean.
Oh, sorry, this isn't a question. This is a good comment someone put further up the chat. Undead Red Dragon said, Kim Reaper was the first graphic novel I ever bought. Now I have no money, too many graphic novels, and I entirely blame you. In brackets, this is a joke.
This is an honour.
What an honour, yeah. That's amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Kim Reaper is so fun. Like, yeah. If time was if time wasn't a thing,
yeah,
it would be cool to do the next Kim Reaper.
I know what's happening and
chapter.
everything.
We'll get there one day.
A million years down the line.
A million years down the line. Not like a million years. Like. Oh, Amy Bunn says, now I'm sad about the MCR gig being postponed again.
Did you get tickets?
We were like sad and like we were sad when it got announced because we were already in the middle of planning like a West Coast book tour for when Donut came out, and so we were like, oh, like that's really bad timing. But like, hey, at least people can get to see MCR like live again. I'm cool. I'm so happy that they're back together doing stuff. Like I watched like what was it, the gig that they did in LA when they first reformed? I watched like someone's like phone video of like that entire show, and I got like goosebumps like all the way through it. It was amazing.
Hey, you guys, watching videos of live shows actually really good, and
oh, yeah.
the second best thing.
Who needs to go to gigs anymore? Let's just watch some live gigs. Undead Red Dragon says, yeah, you guys signed my copy and I have a poster in my office. I met you guys at Newcastle Travelling Man. Newcastle
yay.
Travelling Man was like one of our favourite places for like book tours.
I wish we lived closer to the Travelling Man stores. They're really nice.
We were going to be doing like some. I imagine we were going to be doing stuff with like we were going to be doing Free Comic Book Day with Travelling Man in Manchester like this year as well, but then that got cancelled, and it would have been nice to be able to do like a signing tour as well. But like yeah, when everything is back to normal, we'll be hitting up all these places again.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about it. Amy Verne says my husband had the day off work and managed to get them for us.
Oh,
that's cool. That's like they're rescheduling for 2021,
yeah.
so fingers crossed.
You could keep your tickets, right?
Yeah.
Because like, whew. But I can imagine buying them would have been very stressful.
Fingers crossed we'll be back to normal by next year, or at least some version of normality.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for. But at the moment we're staying indoors, we're doing streams.
Yeah.
Conventions. We're streaming. Conventions are on the internet now. Hello.
The last time I think the most stressful ticket buying experience I had was getting Hamilton tickets for your birthday.
Oh my god, yeah.
God, I think I feel like you weren't home. You were doing something. Maybe this was why you were still at work, like just finishing off work. Yeah. So I was home alone, and the task was on me to get them, and I got them, and we got really good seats actually. I mean, they were really far back, but they were good. They were good.
Yes.
It was fun.
I had a really good time. Like it was like proper like it was like really far back, but it was like dead center.
Yeah.
And so it was like a really good view of the whole thing, and like I'm so excited they're bringing Hamilton to Disney Plus in like a month's time or something, like not long at all, and I can't wait because I've always wanted to watch it with like the original like Broadway cast. So it sounds fun. I can't wait. Like we've listened to like the recorded album of Hamilton like so many times. Like I could probably, I'm not gonna say I can recite most of it. I'd forget words like one line in, but like it's so good. Like sometimes we'll go like months without listening to Hamilton now though, and then every time we'll just like listen to it from like the start over again, and it's like it's just great. So good. Finn Burton says, I can't remember what I got, but I met you at Comic Connections when you did a signing there. Oh yeah, Comic Connections in Banbury. Remember that? It was a really cool signing.
Yeah.
It was really nice. It was like the first time we've been to Banbury as well. It's like a real nice town.
It was so long ago.
Okay, back onto...
That was really nice.
Okay, I got a good quick one. Okay. Parsnip258 from Instagram says, who's fluffier, Steph or your cats?
I think Toby likes Steph so much because they're both really fluffy. I feel really bad. Like, Wilson's asleep on the sofa and he looks really like this. He's just like, everyone's being loud and I'm trying to sleep. And I'm over here drawing a comic about him being a rascal when he's not. He's got the opposite energy right now. He just wants peace and quiet.
He's so chill right now.
He's so chill right now. Who is fluffier?
I think it's Toby.
Toby's really fluffy. Pesto doesn't look very fluffy, but she's like extremely soft.
She is, and she always smells of biscuits, and that's never changed. There was a comic in like, was that in the first Our Super Adventure book about Pesto smelling like biscuits?
The thing is that you said that like cats are supposed to smell like whatever the house is.
I don't think a house smells like biscuits though. I think
don't
she's
think
just
so
a very
I haven't-
biscuity cat.
I haven't had biscuits in so long. I miss biscuits.
Okay, another question from over on Instagram. Isabel Havnan _art says, do you hope that someday there'll be a movie/TV show based on one of your comics?
That would rule so hard. That would be the coolest. I would, yes.
What would be if any of your comics could be made into a movie or a TV show? What would be the one?
That's not hard.
Choose one of your children.
Kim Reaper would be really cool, but like I feel very passionate about Donut. Glitch is great as well. Oh, I don't know. That's too hard. Am I forgetting any comics? I don't think I want to.
I don't think so.
I don't think I want a nice Super Adventure movie.
No, because
That'd be weird.
what would that be? It's just us hanging
It's
out
just
with the cat.
it's just like a video of me and stuff.
Someone has kidnapped Wilson.
It's just StreamCon.
It's an adventure.
Movie.
Yeah, next DreamCon, it's like Wilson is missing. We must find him, but he's somewhere in the house.
No, I would cry.
No, I mean, he's just like he's just in a box. It's not anything. It's not anything too bad. Wait, what was your answer for that?
Oh, it was a mess. I don't know.
It was a yes, right?
I would, yeah. So I mean, yeah,
Which
it would
one?
be cool.
Pick a baby, pick a child.
No, I can't. Donut. Donut? No, Kim Reaper. Glitch?
You can't just say them all. It would be cool.
Which one do you want to be a movie, TV? I forgot the question.
Oh, I'm slightly biased. I'd be like Donut.
Yeah.
I would love to see Donut. Like I made some like animated gifs for Donut, and it was like, yeah, I would like love to see something that was like Sarah's stuff, but like animated. Like, I'd love to see like an animated movie of Donut.
Yeah, I think Kim Reaper live action, Donut animated. Hey, fancy TV people and movie people, hit up my agent, not me, because I don't know what's up. Glitch could be really cool though. Oh.
Yeah, I think all of it would like be a cool something.
Yeah.
But like it's pretty rare that they're like comic books. So like
Yeah. I absolutely love working in the comic book space.
in the space.
In space. Love to play in the space. Right. Is that Tyree? Carl Wilson's huge. And this is why we work on layers. I have the original panel underneath just to help me with the sizing. And also I'm going to redraw us all. That's probably too big, right? What do you want to have a TV movie of?
I think
Let the people decide.
Oh, you asking the camera?
Yeah.
Let me check on chat. Finburn said I would watch a Kim Reaper TV show, although Glitch would make an amazing film. Nice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Talking to Finn Burton, there's a question over on Instagram from Finn saying, "Will you restock Plushie soon?"
Oh gosh.
We still need. We're in the process of trying to figure out what Plushie's Wave 2 looks like. So the original Plushies, can I get them without my headphones coming off?
Oh, they're behind Pest.
Oh, you could go up there.
I'll go.
Yeah. So we got plushes made like last year, and we had them at like comic conventions and stuff. We had them online for a little bit. It was almost like a year to like.
Yeah,
About a year ago. So we got these like plushies made. They were like Pesto and Toby. They're really cute. They like do a little stacking thing, which like
Wasn't intentional, but it was great.
yeah, it was like kind of like an unintentional kind of like side thing. But then we ran out, which is like really sad. But then the only problem is like the supplier that we worked with. We weren't amazingly happy with like. We had to do like a lot of quality control. We had like a lot of plushes that were like a bit like not quite right. And there's like all weird laws and stuff in the UK to do with like toys and stuff. Like we have to like make sure everything's like good because it has like a little CE mark thing, which is meant to mean that it meets certain standards. And so anything that didn't meet those standards, we were like, well, we don't want to sell those because we could probably get in trouble if something happened and like a head popped off and
what's that?
popped someone in the face. I
I
don't
don't
know.
want to give someone a plush with its head popped off.
I was just gonna
That'd be
hold this and
horrible.
stroke it while we're talking.
Yeah,
But,
that's a...
But yeah, so like one of the biggest things that we didn't do with the plushes was we only made Pesto and Toby, and we really want to make plushes of all 4 of the cats. So yeah, we're just trying to figure out a way of doing like all 4 cats, maybe.
Yeah.
Or like I guess like all 4 cats, but maybe like a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. So we're still figuring it out. It's like a weird one because like as well as like everything, like this year got very weird very quickly. So when we were first thinking about stuff earlier this year, everything kind of going into lockdown means that we've had to like put a little bit of a break on that because we were waiting for everything to get a little bit back to normal first because we don't want to get stuff made and then it'd be like unsafe environments or weird stuff like that. So yeah, when things get a little bit more back to normal, we want to make more cats because these are really cool and like I loved having these at shows.
Oh my god, hi Pesto. Sorry.
Pesto was like, "Are you talking about me?"
She's gone now.
No. But yeah, so the short answer for that is we want to make more.
Yeah.
But we're currently trying to plan stuff and we need things to be a bit safer before we do. Amy Burn in chat says, did you have to self-CE test the plush? We were lucky that the manufacturer that we worked with was able to CE test them for us. Because I started looking into the process and it was like at a time when we were like super, super busy. So I think I would have liked to have done it myself because I love like learning like new things and like having that, like to be able to know what to do in the future, that kind of thing would have been cool. But like luckily the manufacturer we worked with was able to do the CE testing, so...
You have to see if they're flammable. Like, I think
oh
you
my
have to
god!
set them on
One
fire
of the tests is
and
like
see how long
literally
they
like
burn for.
yeah, the material has to be like not flammable enough. So if it did set on fire accidentally, it wouldn't just go woof up in flames. It would be a very slow, unflammable burn. Like there's a lot of like serious stuff. Like I'm gonna put these back over here now.
Okay.
Maybe I'll put them above Wilson. But yeah, in the future for sure.
Yeah, Wilson's adorable, and I feel so bad that we didn't make a Wilson plush. Like,
Yeah.
I love that. The only problem is, like, I feel Pixel and Pesto look very similar.
Yeah, but like honestly,
but we can
though,
make it work.
like,
We'll figure it out.
it's always like pins with Wilson on that are like the biggest sellers for us. Like,
Do you guys love Wilson?
the Pizza Thief pin
Or is
just
it just because we keep them with food?
huh?
Is it because people love Wilson, or is it because they're food-based pins?
I mean, we did a standalone Wilson pin back in the day that we went out of stock on, the casual Wilson pin.
Casual Wilson. I think
So, yeah,
Wilson's a
like-
cool guy.
I just feel like Wilson, the Pizza Thief pen has just been like constantly like popular. And like, I mean, to be fair, yeah, it's pizza and a cat, but it's Wilson. I think
Everyone loves this
would
chaotic
it be as popular
energy.
if it wasn't Wilson? Like, Wilson is so pure. Obik in chat says, what merch would you really like to do?
Oh, I mean, the plushies were a big one, but I'd love to
Yeah.
do vinyl figures.
Yeah, figures would be amazing. Like, that's something we're trying to start thinking about now, but again, a little bit limited in terms of places being open and the world being weird, and yeah.
But yeah,
I used to do a video game. Does that count?
I wouldn't
Does that
call
count
that
as
merch.
merch?
But I would love to do. I would love to
Yeah.
do a video game, or I'd love to do a card game.
Oh
But
yeah.
I think we need to, if we do a card game, we'd have to really sit
Yeah.
down with a million card games and
Oh, gosh,
figure
yeah.
out something really good. I just want to draw a bunch of card game art.
Oh, there was a point earlier on in the process when we were like doing some like donut promo art where I started like messing about making some like fake Donut the Destroyer like almost like Top Trumps cards, but yeah, I don't think we would make a full game out of that just because it would basically just be Top Trumps and that already exists. So I'd love to make a video game or something cat themed maybe.
Yeah.
But, yeah, maybe in the future because that would be fun. Obik says would love to see your cats as like lucky waving cats. Like, little...
Yeah.
That's fun.
That'd be so cute.
But yeah, I'm not sure about what else. Like, I think just the fact that we've got like so many different books like that we've done is kind of incredible to me.
Yeah.
So that's kind of awesome.
Oh,
Like,
a lot of books.
I always look forward to seeing like what like books are
Wait.
gonna like end up looking like.
Promo. You should check them out.
Oh yeah, so if you head over to sarahgrady.shop. No, that's not what it's called. It's sarahgrady.com/shop. And all this weekend we're giving away these pins with every shop order. So they're wait, let me see if I can get this in focus properly. So it's a little cat dragon pin. Which way do you focus? Is it this way? Yeah. So it's like pesto on top of a dragon. These were originally going to be like a convention exclusive that we would have had at MCM London. But because that's not happening and we're here instead, We're giving these away for free with every shop order until the end of Sunday. Woo! There's some.
Woo!
There's some. Wait. Can I zoom in on this? Oh baby, there we go. And now it's out of focus. Woo! This is so difficult. How do people do this? Manual focus is the worst. Okay.
I appreciate you.
I'm dipping out. That was too hard. Now I need to put you back in focus again.
I mean, if you go... Oh, wait. Have we got a picture of it on the shop?
Oh, yeah, there's a picture of it on the shop. So if you go to sarahgrady.com/shop...
It's on the stream. It's like...
Oh, yeah, it's the picture on the stream. So, yeah, we even got them backstamped saying MCM, like, saying RC Revenge in London 2020 because we planned this way far in advance.
Yeah.
Before we had any thoughts about stuff happening. Oh, that's a really good question in chat.
Oh gosh.
Also, Timpus27 says a love letter style would be fab. Love letter's really good.
Oh, love letter's fab.
Yeah, maybe we should just stream love letter. Okay, Osteporus Octopus says, if your cats were a fantasy RPG party, which cat? What class would each one of them be? So Wilson would be like. I want to say Wilson would be like the bard character.
Oh, I was about to say.
He's like the character who he's along for the journey. He's not going to be that amazing in scraps, and he's kind of going to annoy everyone because he's just kind of like constantly... Like, Wilson is like loud all the time. Wilson meows all the time. He's constantly purring.
If you look at him, he starts purring.
He's a bard class.
You pet another cat near him, he starts purring. It's like, oh, Wilson.
Yeah. Let's think about the rest. What would Toby be?
Something cool.
See, Toby's really quiet like a cloud, though. I would say she's more like, I'd say she's more like a rogue character.
Yeah.
She's very sort of like, she ghosts in, she ghosts out. She'll kind of get in, like how she kind of like, she'll sneak in the room, she'll kind of like pat you on the back of the leg and then she'll run away.
Yeah.
Like just in the shadow of the night, just like, also like, yeah, she's like, because she's like completely like, she's like a completely like black fluffy like cloud. She just hides in the shadows.
She does. Yeah. Sometimes she just hides in the chair.
Sometimes there'll be like a sweater on the sofa, and then surprise! It wasn't a sweater. It was Toby. She was just bundled up. Okay. That means we've got Pixel and Pesto left. What do you think?
Pesto is like a warrior, I think.
Oh yeah, I would give that. She's strong.
Where is she? Not important. Comic.
What, you say she's hiding in the shadows like a rogue? So you think Pesto is a warrior fighter? Oh, but she kind of runs away a lot, though. I'd say she doesn't normally fight.
But she looks tough.
She looks tough. So she's like a reluctant warrior, let's say.
Okay.
But she could probably hold her own in a fight, but she just doesn't want to be part of it. So that leaves us with Pixel. What do you think for Pixel?
Soft baby angel. Whatever class that is.
Pixel's like such a weird one. He's very laid back.
So laid back. He's
very
chill.
Cuddly. He sleeps a lot. What's like the laziest class?
He's not lazy. He's just sleepy. He runs up and down the stairs all the time because he's like, chase me.
He always sleeps in like the highest place in the house, which makes me think that he's like the leader of the
because I mean he's in charge.
But there's not really just like a de facto in charge class. Well, this is a difficult one. Maybe he's like a healer. Does he? Where does he go? So we don't really have like a hierarchy of cats. We've got like a kind of like a weird cat circle where like cats who are annoyed by one cat will annoy another cat and so on and so forth. So there's no cat that's like at the head of everyone. Like Pixel is kind of at the head of everyone, but then I think Pesto takes no nonsense from him and Toby doesn't really either.
I don't think anyone bullies Pixel though. Pixel is like, he hangs out with, he's friends with Toby. Sometimes he goes in Pesto and Pesto's like, back off, and he's like, okay, goodbye. Doesn't cause any more trouble.
Is he just like a paladin maybe? Kind of like a white knight?
Maybe. But sometimes
like
he's
kind of
friends with Wilson, and then sometimes he's like, back off, Wilson.
Okay, so like definition of a paladin is a holy knight crusading in the name of good and order. Like maybe he's like the cat that just wants, everyone to just have a chill time. He'll step in if he needs to, but normally won't.
I don't know, because maybe he's a chaotic paladin, because like...
Oh my gosh.
He sometimes like...
Chaotic paladin.
Sometimes he's like, I want the seat that Wilson's on, I'll just sit on him. Yeah. I've watched Toby's been asleep in the top cat bunk. I watched him go up there and then just sit on her and not look at her until she left. And it was so funny, but also so bad.
So maybe kind of like a knight that thinks that they're
above the law.
Above the law, yeah. Like, it's difficult. Okay, so we've got Pixel as paladin / knight. What else did we say? Wilson as a bard. Just going around serenading everyone.
Yeah.
Generally annoying.
That
But in like
sounds
a nice spirited way. Toby would be a rogue hiding in the shadows, like fluffily just like ghosting you in and bapping people anyway. And then Pesto would be a reluctant warrior. Do you want to bring Pesto?
She doesn't like being held.
Oh.
Hey everyone, it's Pesto.
You don't want this, do you?
She's the angriest cat, but she's also the sweetest.
You're so soft. Oh, you're chilling. Okay.
She has the energy of I want to go.
I'm put you on the chat.
Sorry, thank you.
Shout out to Pesto, everyone. Yeah, thank you for the question, Osteperus Octopus. That was a thinker. Was a real thinker. Oh, KDrizzle1337 says hi, Pesto. Pesto, KDrizzle says hi.
She's behind Izzy. Are you staying hydrated? I feel really
Everyone should
thirsty.
stay hydrated. I haven't had a drink for a little hot second. But
I know, I'm aware of it. Let's make sure stop. Yum yum.
So yeah, I hope everyone's doing well on this this fine Saturday.
Yeah, I hope you guys are doing all good.
Yeah. And of course, thank you for being with us here on our Super StreamCon too.
Yeah, thank you for making the trip out. And
thank you for coming down. Thank you for making the journey.
yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me to have a drink.
You're welcome. Hey everyone.
That's your reminder as well. Have a drink,
Remind me,
everyone.
have
It's
a
really
drink.
good. Carmine says the inclusion of cats has made this by far the best con ever. We get people ask us that sometimes. Like, would you ever bring your cats to the conventions? And we're like, oh, they would hate that. Like, they can barely
I
go.
think they would explode.
They barely, but like, they're house cats, so we barely ever like take them out into like the outside world. Like even on like a car journey or something. Like, they can't stand being in the car 1 second. So to be at a convention all day, they would just like look like just There was like that show about there was like a Netflix thing about
it was like a-
cat cat shows, like
Yeah.
sort of, like the cat like competition scene, and like seeing all these cats in like a convention hall environment. My mind was just like, how are they chill with this? Like, ours would
they
be
just
sad.
are.
Ours would be sad meowing the entire time.
Yeah. Wilson really does not like it if someone else is in the house. He's very shy.
Yeah.
It takes him, unless the person's in the house for a while, it takes him a little while to just warm back up. But we had someone kind of like a while ago to fix the internet, and he was just like, he was out of there.
Oh, like Pixel loves people being in the house though.
He slept through that person's visit though, and he missed out.
So one time we had like a leak in our bathroom. We had like a plumber over to fix it, and Pixel the entire time was just like watching him, just like stood like Pixel was just like outside the bathroom door, just watching him. And then the guy went outside to smoke a cigarette, and then Pixel was just like at the window looking at him, doing like little meows, and I was like. Pixel, do you not love us? He was like he was just really into this like plumber, and that was it. We were just there like, no.
It was so funny.
KDrizzle1337 would you ever get leashes for them to get them used to the outside world?
We've thought about that.
Yeah, we've toyed with the idea of like getting like them like leashes and taking them for a walk and stuff. Like it's like it'd be cool to. We've seen things where you can get like kind of big window boxes for like your window, where it's kind of like a big kind of like framed thing, so your cats can kind of go sort of outside, I guess. But I don't know if we could really do that where we are. Like it feels like a bit of a tricky, like.
At the moment as well, I don't feel very safe going for walks around here.
But when things get
People
like
are very good at social distancing in this area, so it's a bit stressful.
yeah, but when things have like settled down again, it'd be really cool because
Yeah.
I think they'd like to like explore the outside a little bit more.
We'd love to take
But yeah,
them on a little journey. I don't know. I feel Toby might be cool with it. I feel Pixel might be cool with it. I don't.
Yeah.
I think Wilson would just.
well, no, I think Wilson might have fun.
Don't know. I think he'd pop.
No.
No, maybe he'd be okay.
Sarah Diddles in chat says, my cat has no boundaries with visitors. He'll jump on visitors' laps. We had a man come to fix the radio and he kept getting in the way. He had to be locked in the bedroom with shame.
Oh my god.
that sounds pretty pixely. Like yeah, like one of the last times my dad came over, like ages ago now. Like I think yeah, like Pixel was just hanging out. I think Pesto was hanging out as well, which is actually quite rare because Pesto normally hides away when people come around for the first time.
I think Pasto's not wild about Wilson, so if someone comes over and Wilson gets spooked, Pasto's like, it's my time to shine.
Yeah, it's my time. Finben says, well, you get a cat backpack.
Oh, I've seen those.
The ones where it's like a
I
little
like
a little like viewing port for the cat. Again, like I don't know how our cats would cope with that kind of stuff, but maybe. Never say never. That'd be interesting.
I think if we had to go somewhere,
yeah.
maybe we'll put them all in the backpack.
Wait, go somewhere like where?
I don't know. We're not going anywhere at the moment. So, there was like one time forever ago, I took Wilson to the vet in a carrier. I think this was like kind of before Uber and the other taxi thing that you call it. Yeah, Lyft. It was a really long.
I have Lyft in the UK.
No, it was a really long time ago though. I got a taxi. I went to the vet, and then when it was time to come home, the taxi person was like, "I'm not going to be there for like 45 minutes." And I thought, like, I can just walk home with him. And it was a nightmare carrying him, actually. 10 minutes in, I was like, I made a huge mistake. But yeah, Wilson loved that. Loved it. I will never carry the cats in the cat carrier again. But if I had him in a backpack, it probably would have been fine. I always forget how heavy Wilson is until I'm holding him.
Okay, here's a good question from Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Shoxine asks, have you got any top cat tips? I'm getting a kitten next week and I've only ever had dogs before. How do they work?
Oh, I don't know what a good cat top tip is. Like, what advice would you give?
I'd say like they take a little bit of time getting used to their surroundings. Like I remember when we first got kittens, the whole thing was that saying of only having like one room open to them to start with.
Yeah.
But I think we kind of got over that pretty quickly. Like I think we kind of like let them everywhere the next day or something.
Yeah. And when we sorry, Pesto's doing stunts under the desk. When we moved into this house with our cats, they definitely took a while to readjust to new surroundings. It was like we moved them in the evening, so then when it was like morning and I don't think we had many blinds up either, so it was like really bright and they were all just kind of like doing that army, like you crawl around on your stomach. They were just doing that. It was like, oh, but they adjusted pretty quick, but the first day or two. But yeah, I think as well, like lots of nice spaces for them. We have like lots of like towels and blankets down just because the cats love that. I think there's like a towel that lives on a windowsill in the hallway.
Oh, I've got a good one. So one thing that we had way back in the past, we changed what brand of cat food we were getting. And, like, the cats were mainly fine with it, but Wilson, like, just had a really, like, not good reaction, a very poopy reaction. And so we found out after that if you ever change the food that you're giving to your cats, apparently you should do it, like, very gradually, like, kind of, like, combine the two foods and then kind of slowly shift to more of the one kind than the other.
Yeah, so
that's something that we didn't know when we first had cats that we impart to you, the viewer.
don't start... Don't get your new cat and think I'm going to buy them the fanciest cat food unless you intend on doing fancy cat food forever. Or at least weaning them off it. Yeah, I mean, like, 3 out of 4 cats were okay. But Wilson was just poop city. Had to take him to the vet.
Yeah, it was so sad. Poor little poopy boy.
He's got a very delicate tummy.
Oh, we had to give him, like... We had to cook him meals for, like, about a week or 2 weeks after that. Like we to get his stomach back settled and like I guess like his whole kind of system, we just had to like cook rice and chicken for him. So we were like cooking him these like really not like elaborate meals, but like having to cook him like a chicken breast and like some like boiled rice every single day, and that's all he could eat. But he loved it. He would just like be like snapping it up. But then yeah, it was just really weird like cooking a tiny like actual meal for a cat.
A tiny.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that was just something I remember. Is there anything else? Always have more trays than the number of cats you have. So we have 4 cats, so we've got like 5 big litter trays for them. We've got like a little water fountain thing for them on like each level of the house, kind of thing.
Cat trays are cool because I think cats like to have high up spaces as well.
Oh, shout out to Lola TV who's now following the channel. Thank you.
Hello. Yeah, we've got 3 cat towers on the go, but like we're supposed to take one to the tip because it kind of.
Oh, it's like our original one.
Yeah, it lasted a really long time. But one of the main platforms that the cats really like to sleep in like fell off, so that one's retired. But it's been living in our hallway because we haven't been able to take it to the tip. But yeah, we have one in this room in the corner, and then one in the bedroom. But yeah, I think all the cats really like being very high up. But then again, I think it's like what you said. It's like who's most in charge is the one that's the highest.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
Not all cats like to be held.
Oh yeah, I guess so. I mean, not all cats like to be brushed, but then I say that like Pixel didn't like being brushed to start with, but then I think he realized that being brushed was actually pretty like great, and then he was really into it. I remember like we could, if we ever had like a brush, I think Wilson would be really into it. Toby would be really into it because Toby would let me like hold her in my arms and like brush her, and then Pesto would be into it. But Pixel always used to seem a little bit weird about it. I don't think he liked being like the contact. But then one day I just gave him like, maybe had like a really big brushing session with him, and then ever since then he was just like, I want to be brushed now, please. Where's the brushing? But that was like such a weird one because he didn't. I swear there was like a good like period of time where he just was not interested in being brushed, whereas the other cats would like come running, he'd just be like, this is not for me.
You should totally brush your cats because it'll help them not have hairballs.
Oh yeah, like Toby's like so fluffy. If we don't brush her like daily when it gets to like the summer months, she like has these like horrible hairballs that she'll do, and it's like, it's kind of a thing. Like if she ever does a hairball, it's a thing. It's like a reminder of like,
brush me.
Yeah, like if we could either be like, make sure we're brushing Toby every day, or you have to deal with something like this every couple of days. So I would much rather have a little brushing session with Toby. So.
And she likes being brushed by you. Not so much me, but...
K Hemmings94 says, reminded me to get a drink. Got a cuppa now. How do you both take your tea? I'm like, I went for a big period of time where I was like just milk, no sugar. But now I'm like, I've let go of that. And now I'm just one sugar, one sugar, bit of milk.
I'm not a big tea drinker, but
how would you if you were getting milk? Just the sugar in the milk?
I like it really milky.
1 lump or 2?
Well, I don't know. I rarely make it. I feel like we always bust out the tea though when our parents come over. So. Oh yeah, like
there's been many times where we've like gone out and bought tea bags because we've got like our parents coming around and we suddenly realise, oh no, everyone likes hot drinks and we never tend to drink them.
But they're good though.
Yeah, we drink lots of squash. Occasional energy drink, sugar free, baby. Okay, Finn Burton in chat says, will you ever remake the really cool mugs you sold a few years back? Eventually. We'll probably, I don't know if we would do the same designs again, but I think doing mugs would be cool. Like every single time it gets to like Christmas time, we end up thinking about it way too late, but
this year?
Yeah, maybe this year, because they were really cool to do, and like I still use the ones we kept like all the time.
Yeah, I would like to do a new mug.
Okay, Obik says, if your cats were Animal Crossing villagers, what personalities would they have? Oh, this is going to be another thinker. I'm getting the Animal Crossing wiki up, I want to make sure.
Oh, are you getting out the personalities? Sorry, no. I feel like I need everyone to be smaller in this panel, just so we can fit the text on.
Oh, you can totally do that. Oh yeah, please give me some room for text bubbles. That's a good thing. If you're ever drawing comics and getting someone else to do the lettering, make sure you have a rough idea of how big the lettering needs to be, because letters will be real sad if there's no space for the letters. Then the word balloons to go inside of a.
Where would you want to put Wilson time only on this?
Oh, down at the bottom, I think. By
Down
Wilson.
at the bottom. Okay.
Down at the bottom of the panel. Sorry. Sorry, everyone.
Yeah. Wow. I'm sorry too.
Okay. So, do you want me to just list all the different kinds of? I guess should we stick to like the gendered ones because I think I think they can be different.
What?
I think they can be different. They're different villager personalities depending on the gender of the villager.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So male villagers can be cranky, jock, lazy, or smug. Female villagers can be normal, peppy, snooty, or uchi, which is like big sister. So.
I feel Toby would be Uchi.
Oh, Toby, big sister, yeah.
Yeah.
What's pesto though?
What's
Is
Snooty?
pesto
What's
snooty? Snooty villagers are high-strung and uptight.
Oh, I feel like she might be. I love her
I think
so much.
pesto's snooty, but she's not like.
She just
She looks more snooty than she probably actually is. I think when she's with us, she's just real sweet and nice. But I think to the other cats, she's snooty.
Yeah.
Like if we were to look at this as like if the cats were the Animal Crossing villagers and we're just like the observers.
Yeah.
Pesto's totally snooty, but she's snooty, but she's got a heart of gold.
I feel like she's very clearly like, I want to be an only cat.
The reason why I would say Toby's like a big sister as well is like when we first had Wilson and Pixel as kittens, like Toby was actually really friendly towards them. Like she was really spooked by them to start with, but then we'd go downstairs and we'd see them all cuddling together in like boxes and stuff. So she's totally got big sister energy. The boys though, so we got. I'm sorry, Pixel's totally a lazy villager. He sleeps all day long, and he loves eating.
He doesn't eat that much.
What's Pixel though? Is Pixel like a jock?
Wait, are you talking about? Do you mean Wilson?
Wilson, sorry, is Wilson like a jock or is Wilson?
Wilson's the jock.
See, I wouldn't say Wilson's not smug. He hasn't got a bloated ego.
So,
Wilson's not lazy either,
baby
even though he
villager.
is just sleeping at the moment. He's
Wait.
like,
while you figure this out, should I start inking?
oh, 100%, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ink now. Enjoy.
Wilson's not cranky either though, so
He's just a baby.
I would say maybe he's a jock because he's quite a muscly boy.
He's very weird.
They hate the uptight nature of snooty villagers, so the fact that Wilson's always kind of like obsessed with pesto and like getting in Pesto's grill might be kind of that as well. So yeah, oh, it's a difficult question. Thank you. Ninja48 asks, "How do you know if your cats love you?"
Oh my god,
That's a deep question.
I hope they love us.
Yeah,
I love them. I say hi when I walk into the room to the cats, and then if I don't say it, they do a little chirp at me.
Yeah.
I like to think they're saying hi back, so I think we're good.
Yeah, I think as long as like you respect your cat's boundaries and stuff, they sort of grow to like they grow to like respect you over time or something maybe. Because I feel like the cats don't really appreciate when we come up in their grill, but then like over nighttime, like Toby, when I go to bed, Toby will like jump into the bed and be like stroked for a little bit. Or like in the day she'll come visit me, but if I was to like go visit her or something, she'd probably be like, "Oh no, leave me alone."
Pixel waits in the hallway for me to go up to bed, and then he comes with me and he does a little scream, and we have a couple on the bed. So we have a little hangout.
Little tiny scream.
It stamped on my head last night while I was trying to sleep. I think that was out of love. I think that's because he wants to hang out.
Okay, here's like a bit of a deeper question.
Ooh.
So, Art by Phoenix Reed on Instagram asks, "How do I break out of my shell and be more confident in what I post online?" Which I think is like to do with like posting art.
That's a tough question.
So how did you sort of go about posting art and stuff online?
Oh, for me, I've been doing it from a very young age. So, I don't know if I can ink and answer this at the same time. I think I have to concentrate on this question. It can be scary sometimes, like posting your work up and stuff. I feel as well it might be a bit. So I think it might be a little bit tougher these days because you do have like all your likes on Instagram and stuff. So don't get too caught up on those numbers. I think that's very important. But again, that's like hard to ignore sometimes.
Yeah, Instagram is very, very strange.
Yeah, I mean, when I was first posting stuff online, it'd be on Neopets and DeviantArt and stuff like that. But I'm very excited for everyone to see what I was doing. I really. Oh gosh, what do you think, Steph?
It's a weird one because like it's you're definitely putting yourself out there. I would say like you're more likely to find people who'll have something nice to say rather than people who don't have something nice to say.
Yeah, like
so when you're first like sharing stuff, like people aren't really. I don't think you've got people out there who are trying to find like people who don't often post their art online to try and say something. If there are, the problem is with that person themselves, not you. But yeah, like I think to start with, like I think you're a lot more likely to find like people who connect with whatever you're kind of sharing and people who want to like comment on stuff. Like I think it's not until a little bit later you start getting people who are like a little bit not nice.
It's like for me, like my favorite thing about making comics is like seeing everyone else's comics as well, and like you become part of this community, and it's really nice. So it's really fun, like sharing your work online and commenting on other people, like checking out other people's stuff as well. So yeah, the art community is really, really sweet and fun. Yeah, I think I get it. Like it's scary sometimes because you work on something and then you're like presenting a bit of your soul to the internet. But yeah, I mean sometimes you can just post it up and then not look at it for a bit, and that helps, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope that helps. I hope that's an answer.
Yeah.
That's a tough question.
I'm trying to rephrase it for the Instagram story. So.
And if anyone is mean to you online, like, if someone's taken, like, time out of their day to be mean to you on the internet, they surely don't have anything going on. So that's always something to bear in mind. Because, I don't think I've ever seen... if I had a friend, I saw a friend doing that, I wouldn't think much of them. I'd be like, what are you doing? Come on. Okay. I don't think I usually start from the last panel. Oh. I want that stroke back. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna turn the heating off because I realise it's on and
The heating's on?
I'm cooking.
No way. It's been so hot recently.
I
can't
know.
believe the heating's on.
I think it's like slightly cooler today. It's really windy. Oh my god, yeah, it's on like 24. Stop heating.
Oh my gosh. Finn Burton's calling us out in chat. When were you doing a new podcast? The last one was in February. We do need to do one. I was saying to Sarah the other day that we should record an episode of the podcast. So we will be doing one within the next 7 days. I promise.
Oh my god, it's like The Ring.
No.
Next 7 days.
Yeah, I really want to record one. Like there's stuff I want to talk about. I really want to talk about the new Tony Hawk game stuff that's happening. But I'm not going to talk about it now. Wait for the podcast, baby.
Sorry about a complete lack of podcast.
Finn Burton was like us over on Instagram. He's getting us from all sides. He's like, will you make any more music? # bring back Sonic the Comic. Eventually, I made some new music recently for the Donut the Destroyer trailer. So the music in the background from that is like something I wrote and like recorded. So I'm starting to like pick up a guitar again. So maybe at some point. We do a lot of things. We don't tend to have time for everything. Sorry, I'm rocking.
Yeah, you should.
Sorry.
That's rocking my whole desk.
Ninja48 asks, Sarah, what software are you using?
So I'm using Photoshop
CC?
CC 2019.
You're on 2020 now, baby.
Why does it say 2019 on the top?
Oh my god, you're not using 2020?
I don't know. I'm using Photoshop and I'm using a Cintiq. I don't know what version am I using.
It is a Cintiq.
It's a Cintiq, some version.
I forget.
Yeah, I really like it. But just like a quick disclaimer, because a lot of people ask me what kit I use because they're planning on getting kit. I like this. I really enjoy it, but I hear a lot of people really enjoy the iPad as well. And Procreate and Clip Studio.
That's all very fun, but I've just seen something very relevant in chat that I need to address.
Okay.
Sarah Diddles says, I need another Sonic D&D. The next part of today's stream... Wait, where am I? Am I even on camera? We will be doing a live Sonic D&D. I bought, like, the first 4 of these books. I need to focus on this, baby. So we're going to be going into Sonic v Sonic. That's right. It's Sonic v Sonic. So we're going to be doing one of these live later. It's after we're going to have another little break. Are we going to have a little break? Or do we go straight into Sonic D&D?
Straight into Sonic D&D.
Yeah, so after this, like literally, like what time are we on?
Oh.
Like 5 minutes. We're literally going to be doing live Sonic D&D. So I've got like a whole screen set up for it and everything. Like, I'm excited because this one was like by the same author as the one we did before, but it's like the one before it. So maybe it's like a little rough around the edges. I'm excited. But yeah, we're gonna see how much of that we can get through, and then whatever we don't do today will be like part 2. Will be on a podcast for sure. So happy someone said that. Ostepros Octopus says, I'm sorry, did you say Sonic D&D? Like, technically it's not like D&D, but it's like a choose your own adventure style book. So it's kind of like a very like single player D&D campaign where Sarah will be Sonic the Hedgehog and she will have to put skill points into a bunch of different attributes, one of which includes good looks. Which I feel like
important.
I feel like you didn't do that last time and it came back to bite you on the butt, so So yeah, we'll be doing that shortly after this. We'll need like a couple of seconds just to reset up everything back over on the other computer, but we are ready.
I'm excited. That's done a really cool thing for it.
Nina Mian says, what do you think of the Sonic movie? I liked it. Like, it wasn't like a perfect movie, but I'm just happy that it seems to have done well for them to make another one, and I'm excited for there to like be more characters brought into the fold because, yeah, it looks like there should be more characters in the next one, which I think
it was one of the last things that we did before lockdown.
Oh yeah, we went to see the Sonic movie. We went to see it like the day it came out, so it was like the last film we went to see at the cinema. And like, yeah, I had a good time. Wait, was it though? When did we see Weathering with You? Was that after?
Well, I don't know. I just know we saw Sonic on the 14th of Feb.
Finbar in the chat says they're making another one, and I am ready for that. I would happily watch another one. I think I had a really good time.
We did really well, which was awesome.
Yeah.
I love me some Sonic. How many Sonic movies do you think there'll be, and do you think Shadow the Hedgehog is going to turn up in one of them?
Oh, my days.
That's the question for everyone.
Shadow.
Yeah, keep me making them until... I reckon
they
at
bring
least
Shadow
3.
into the new films?
Pretty edgy.
That's like such a good question, because I can't figure out what direction they're going to take stuff.
You know what? Metal Sonic is really cool, and they should use them.
I would love Metal Sonic. I would love if they brought Metal Sonic into it.
I never know if to say Metal Sonic or Metalix.
Metal Sonic.
Okay.
Metallics was more
Metallics.
Metallics was more of like the UK comic thing.
Okay.
Carmi in chat says, do you have any recommendations for good co-op games? Well, we
Towerfall.
had Towerfall from earlier. Overcooked is really good, but that's like another real stressful one because it gets real hectic in the later levels.
That was really fun.
It requires like such a large amount of communication.
Yeah.
And I think we maybe sometimes drop the ball on the communicating side of it.
Have we played any 2-player games recently?
I mean, Animal Crossing we're doing a lot of.
Yeah.
Other than that though, I don't know.
Really looking forward to Minecraft Dungeons coming out
on Tuesday. I think we might do some streaming of that at some point because
Yeah.
I really like the idea. It looks very Diablo, and like, I mean, Diablo would probably be a good like cooperative game. And I think we've already played that together.
Minecraft's a fun game too.
Well, yeah. Oh, Lollipopcorn in chat says "Keep Talking and Nobody Dies" is a great co-op game. We tried playing that
yeah.
once. It was really good. We should maybe do that on stream. That'd be fun. I'm sorry, I keep knocking your desk. I'm like, I think I just keep treading on things. Pun Queen TV says Stardew Valley if you want something relaxing. Like min-max it if you want. Oh yeah, if you get super into the mines.
Oh yeah.
Super into those.
Okay, here's
super into
my
those ancient fruit wine.
My beef with Stardew Valley when you play 2-player is that when you go into the skull cabin, so when you're playing 1-player, like you can open your menu and not get attacked. But if you've got 2 people on, you can get attacked while you have your menu open, which is very stressful.
Oh yeah.
Is 100% why I don't think we did very well when we went to skull cabin.
Spook School says in chat, he wants to see more Sonic characters kissing real humans. So that's his dream.
How many have there been in the past? It's been quite...
I think Sonic 06, there's like Sonic kisses a princess. Or
wow.
There's probably been more.
Wait.
Steppers Octopus thing says I think Knuckles will show up before Shadow. I think Knuckles will. I think they've definitely shown echidnas are in this universe. So if Knuckles isn't in the next film, I would eat.
I reckon he'll be in the 3rd one.
I'd eat a whole
I think
hedgehog.
it's still gonna be Tails, baby.
Ninja48 says, do you guys watch anime? Not enough. Like, we got really into, I got really into Death Note back in the day. I think that was like the first anime I ever watched. And then we watched all of Little Witch Academia like a couple years back. That was really cool. Little Witch.
Little Witch.
We keep meaning to watch My Hero Academia because it's like everyone keeps going on about it, but we still haven't got around to it. Like I think we saw like the first episode recently, and I want to get back to it because I've seen so many people who get into it, like they get really into it. So I'm excited for that.
I absolutely loved the Danganronpa.
Oh god, Danganronpa was like, it's good, but it's got its issues.
Yeah, and also there was like a spin-off thing, and it was just like
we never watched all of that one.
I did not want to watch more than I saw. That was not great, but the other series a lot of fun. Yeah, no, we should watch more.
Oh, definitely. Shout out to Lollipopcorn, who's now following the channel.
Oh, hey.
Ooh, thanks for joining us. Okay, what I might do is while you're doing this over here, because it's half 4 now, right? So is that when we're...
Yes.
So while you're finishing up the panel you're on,
yeah.
how many panels have you got left, actually?
All of them. I don't want more time.
Oh no! Okay, you finish up the panel you're on.
Well.
I'm going to start getting everything else set up for the next bit.
Okay.
I need to slowly move stuff over.
Okay.
And I think if I move my microphone over first, it might put me into a bit of a...
Why's my screen so gappy? It's my stream now.
fine.
Hello. Welcome to me and my thoughts. I say as I ignore the camera.
You should talk more about your comic drawing process.
My comic drawing process? Here I go. This is the inking part.
Good work.
Oh, the stinking part, depending on how you feel about inking.
How do you feel about inking?
I feel bad. It's probably my least favourite part of comic making, just because I'm very slow at it, compared to everything else. But if I'm inking, it doesn't take up too much brain power, so I can listen to a podcast. I could probably watch something in the background. When I make a graphic novel, it's like 180 pages or so. Usually what happens is like you draw the whole thing, you get it approved, then you ink the whole thing, so it's a huge step. So wherever I'm in the inking stage of a graphic novel, we usually watch something, get back into a series.
I realise I can't really do any setup until we finish this bit of the stream.
Oh really?
No, I need to move the camera, I need to move the mics, which I think are all being used.
Well,
So.
let's just call it a day.
Oh, do you want to at least finish your face?
Oh, okay.
I feel like you're leaving it in a very haunting place.
Oh, I'm not gonna do the eye. The eyes are hard.
But yeah, thank you so much to everyone who gave us questions. Like, those are some real good ones. Sorry. But yeah, not quite a whole comic got drawn in this session, but we got most of it. I think we're gonna like get really good for timings for StreamCon 3.
Yeah?
We're learning and growing. We're figuring out how much stuff you can do, and like...
I never promised a whole comic.
That's true.
I was my intentions was just the pencil.
No,
one,
did you not
so-
see the microscopic small text on the schedule? It said a whole comic.
Oh gosh, oh
A
no.
whole comic.
The comic police are going to take me away.
But yeah, hi. If you've only just joined us, you're at our Super StreamCon 2. We were meant to be doing a comic convention this weekend. Well, we were meant to be doing a comic convention next weekend, but I think everyone's kind of agreed that an
It's this
online
weekend
version
now.
is this weekend. So we're jumping on that. We're riding that around. We were going to have a booth at London MCM. It was going to be the second time we had a booth there. Is that right? So
no,
we were-
that's not true. We've been
Second time booth.
third time.
Third time, you reckon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
May, October, May again.
Oh yeah, you're totally right. So yeah, like, hopefully Comic-Cons are a thing again, like, next year. Like, I'm not sure if things are gonna happen this year or not, but
When it's safe again.
when it's safe. So we hope you're all staying very safe yourselves,
Yes, please do. Please
keeping
stay
distant, minimizing contact where you can.
safe. Stay at home.
And yeah, shout out if you are having to go out and like still like working and all this kind of stuff. Like, solidarity. Thank you for doing your stuff. Like, I'm very appreciative to all the people who are like out and about doing the things now. Make sure it's being done safe. Unions are there for a reason. Unions are great. I don't know if Twitch will take us down for saying unions are good.
Unions.
Unions, Jeff Bezos. Is that the right guy?
Hmm?
Is that the right guy?
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos, if you're watching.
Stop.
Unions. So yeah, this is our Super StreamCon 2. We're gonna take 5 minutes to just set up the next bit of the stream. But that next
wait.
bit of the stream is Sonic versus Sonic. It's Sonic Choose Your Own Adventure Live. There's a graphic and everything. I've got the page art that I'll be able to put up as well.
It's
Do
gonna
you
be
want a sneak
amazing.
preview of the page art? Look at these illustrations, baby! This Sonic, he's woozy! What's going on with that boy? We'll find out in 5 minutes' time.
Wait, I have a humble request. Before you take the camera away, can you show Wilson?
Ah.
Because he is melted.
Let me go full screen.
Okay, it's just really important that you look at our cat. Because he's full on melted. Our heating came on. It's really hot. And that's a melted boy. There he is. Cool.
Excellent.
Alright, we'll see you in 5 minutes.
I can't get on a shot. Okay, we'll be back in 5. 5. Woo! I need to take him off camera now. Woo!
Oh, sorry, Willie.